And you hath he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins. Verse 2. In which you formerly walked, according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, of the spirit that is now working in the sons of disobedience. So there's a power of the air, and there's a spirit which is working in the sons of disobedience. Hey, say, among them which you all formerly lived in the lust of our flesh, indulging the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, even as the rest. So there's a spirit that's at work. So when you see people doing what they are doing, sometimes you say, oh, that's a very bad girl. It's not a bad girl. It's a good girl. By the way, all the bad people that you see on the streets, the murderers, who have adored prostitutes, do you know that the mother also had conceived them? And when they were conceived, there was a pregnant! And there was baby shower too. Come to baby shower. There was a sex reveal. Do you know they also had a sex reveal? Oh, it's baby, it's a baby, it's a girl. And then there was a baby, a dedication, outdooring. Kuchi, 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 kuchi. Beautiful girl, beautiful boy. Even the murderers, everybody there. But why do people become something? Because there's a spirit of disobedience that's around. Sometimes it's not that you are so good or you are so great. That's what you are. Listen, it is the grace of God that preserves people. You know, Pharaoh wanted to sleep with Sarah because I myself kept you from sinning. So Abimelech had the opportunity to violate Sarah. Yeah, he was a king. He actually took her and put her in his courtyard. He could have had sex with Sarah, but when God said to him, God, I myself prevented you from touching the woman. I did. It's not anybody. It is God who said, I prevented. You see, growing up, listen, I look back sometimes, I said, hey, grace abounded. When I was young, my father was working all over the country. My father was not with us, only a short time. So in these times that he was all over, when I was going to go to high school, it was my uncle who took me because my father couldn't come. My uncle took me on the bus and took me to Cape Coast. That's why you have to be grateful for people too and bless them because he was substitute father. And my father was out there. So you know what happened in those days? When we finished school and come home, guess what? On my father's side, there's nobody there. I used to go to my mother's side, African style. Go to my mother's side, come to my father's, go my way. So between my mother's side and my father's side, who knows where I am? Who knows what I'm doing after school? Nobody knows where I am. Nobody knows. By the time my father would come at 6 o'clock, when he was there, I'll be sitting there. Good boy. Between that time and that time, I had the opportunity to do a lot of bad things. Yeah. The boys around, they were smoking marijuana. 11-year-old, 12-year-old, they were smoking marijuana. And they were sleeping around with girls. So the opportunity was there. Who kept me from doing it? It is God. It's not because I'm better. Yeah. Because he wanted to do it, it was easy. Smoke the marijuana, smoke the cigarette, the girls were there. And in those days, television was not rampant in Ghana. So if you have television in your house, oh, you're a winner. Everybody will come and watch TV in your house. And everybody would like to have an opportunity to come in. If you are the TV king. Because the television in my house was bought because of me. My father said he didn't want me to go outside to go and watch TV. So he bought it for me. So I was the owner of the TV, basically. Yeah. So I can tell any girl, come and watch TV. Yeah. So it is God who prevents you from doing the bad things. So it's not because of you or what you can do. It is the grace of God. It's the mercy of God. Because it says that the spirit of disobedience, it is there. And you have the opportunity to sin and misbehave. By the time your father comes, you have licked your lips, sitting there like a good child. It is the mercy of God. I remember one of the boys who was in our secondary school. He was a good boy to the parents. Hey, but when he comes to school, he smokes marijuana and cigarette. He was well known. He was a very filthy boy. Then somebody went to the house one day. They said when they went there to the house, they were shocked. When they called him, yes, dad, what should I do? Do you think if anybody went to tell the father in the report, your son is a bad boy? No, they said the teachers don't like him. The people hate him. But he was in the environment in the school and misbehaving totally. Are you there with me? It is the grace of God and the mercy of God. When I was 12 and 13, the things I heard in my ears was enough to corrupt me. My friends, my little friends, those was my genius, and my classmates. Auntie Mary, do you know where they were going in the night? We had a wall. They had built a wall around the school, 6 feet. 6 feet wall. These little boys made holes in the wall. In the night, when we are supposed to be sleeping, they will run out, climb the wall, go to town, and go and sleep with girls. 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds. And when they come, some of us innocent ones are sleeping. Then they'll be describing what they've done in town. When you are trying to sleep, you are trying to sleep. Then you hear them, they will describe all the filthy things they talk about. Hey, so if you are not careful, before you say, oh, me too, I can go. Me too, I can go. If the boys are having fun and enjoying themselves, why can't I go? After all, nobody has caught them. And when they get home, yes, Dad. So it is the mercy of God that keeps us. The whole earth lies under the power of the wicked one. Everything that you see, yeah, Las Vegas, as for Las Vegas, it is abundant. It is abundant. Listen, it is the grace of God and the mercy of God. The exposure. Yeah, my daddy had drinks, alcohol, plenty. I guess yours too had. I knew where it was. I knew where it was. Yeah. I used to go and buy the alcohol. And you know, the things boys know how to do, I could have done too. Or you just do drink it and put some water inside. He knows the thing. But I never did. Yeah, you measure. So some of the older guys, the daddies, when they know their sons are bad, you know what I'm talking about. Smile. They mark the place where some of the fathers, they mark where they finished because they are afraid of their sons. So they mark where the alcohol is. When they come, the alcohol is not there. Then they will get you and pull the ear because they know the son. So the children too got wisdom. So they also dilute it. And sometimes some of the fathers, they know the taste of the real thing. So when they taste, they say, they'll say, come here. Have you touched this thing? So the opportunity was there. But it is the God alone that kept us and has kept us to today. The opportunity to misbehave when nobody's around spiritually. The opportunity to sin is there. But it's the grace of God that keeps us. Amen.